Warrior Winch's Trojan is a game changer. It rethinks the classic ATV setup with a winch on the front bumper. Trojan's big advantage is its portability. Everything fits in one box: the electric reel, the rope, and the carabiners. This winch can pull up to 1,800 kilograms, handling almost any motorcycle, ATV, or snowmobile. Along with the main parts, the kit includes safety leather gloves, two 2.5 meter long straps, and a remote control that works from up to 3.8 meters away. Now that's customer care. You can't imagine a more amazing tool than the Steell Shovel. Made from T6 6061 aircraft aluminium, it's incredibly tough. You can run it over with a car, hit it with a sledgehammer, or even throw it into a fire, and it'll still be as good as new. The telescoping handle extends up to 1.5 meters, and when folded, it fits right inside the blade. In this compact form, the shovel is no more than 46 centimeters long and 23 centimeters wide. The blade has rounded teeth designed to crush ice and frozen ground. The Steell Shovel is a must-have for any off-road vehicle, ATV or snowmobile. With a shovel this cool, who even needs a car? It's priced at $134. We have to admit that there are still plenty of places around the world where roads are no different from off-road trails. For the people living in these areas, as well as for hunters, fishermen, and travelers, the company Stalker Tracks has created tracks that replace wheels on off-road vehicles. While Caterpillar tracks on passenger cars aren't new, the makers of this project are particularly proud that their design is simpler and more affordable than others on the market. The Hunter model is for vehicles up to 2 tons, the Oil Man for up to 3 tons, and the Polar for up to 3.5 tons. The reliability of Stalker Tracks products comes from their strong reinforced frame with an anti-corrosion coating and galvanized parts. Prices start at $6,300. A memorable adventure starts when your off-road vehicle sinks into the mud up to the bottom. If you don't have a winch, there's only one way out: tossing boards under the wheels. After 100 tests, the folks at Tracks figured that in the 21st century, it's time to swap wooden boards for something more advanced. They created flexible plates with 4 rows of spikes that grip the ground on one side and hold the tires firmly on the other. These plates can handle the weight of most popular 4-wheel drive vehicles. Many test videos show that they come out from under the car undamaged. Tracks comes in several sizes. There's also a kit to combine 2 plates into one. The best place to store them is on the roof rack. They won't fit in the passenger area because these tools are meant for dirty work. If the rear axle sinks and the wheels start spinning in the air, that's a sure sign your road trip is turning into a walk. The Ridge Rider Airbag jack is an unusual kind of jack that can help save the day. It looks like a rubber bag that, when inflated, can lift the axle by 78 centimeters. You can fill it with air using any strong compressor or even exhaust gases. Just press the hose against the exhaust pipe and hold it there until the jack is fully inflated. Be careful though, as the hose can blow off due to the pressure if you're not holding it firmly. The creators of the jack warn to be cautious. Hot exhaust can burn your hands, and a sharp object could puncture the jack, causing the car to drop suddenly. So, make sure to check the ground, move passengers to a safe distance, and only then start using the jack. The Ridge Rider Airbag jack comes with 2 canvas patches that help increase its durability. Make sure to use them. Here's an example of a tough and dependable system made for the northern regions. It's designed for trucks because it needs free space on the frame. On snowy highways, semi-trailers and dump trucks often spin out and cause accidents. To keep from slowing down, you need to boost the wheel's grip. Sand works great for this. This system uses 2 tanks mounted in front of the rear wheels. It releases sand through a nozzle at a rate of 1 kilogram per minute. There's a dump button right in the driver's cab. The inventors say that they can fit this system onto any truck, as long as it's not made for ice drifting. Pushing a car suspension to the limit with longer, stiffer springs is a thing of the past. These days, top-notch off-road capability comes from hydraulically attaching a coilover. With just a button press, the SUV can lift up to 33 centimeters, and each axle can be raised individually. It'd take some serious skill to get stuck with that kind of clearance and suspension. The creators of the project promise that upgrading a pickup truck or other frame-based off-road vehicle won't noticeably affect handling. Patented and proven mechanisms keep the body centered and help the steering respond to turns. While this will increase the wheelbase, the vehicle will still stay within legal size limits. As an added bonus, you can adjust the suspension using an app on your phone, which is perfect for low-rider competitions. This invention is designed specifically for cars without clearance on the inside of the wheel. That means models where there's almost no space between the inside of the wheel and the suspension or brake parts. In these cases, the tires, spokes, rim, or brake disc are as close as possible to the structure without touching it. Airbag's Servostar chains slip over the tire and screw onto the original nut. You adjust the tension with a lever. The whole process of putting them on and taking them off takes no more than 10 minutes for someone who's done it before. The chains are a universal size and fit wheels of different diameters. The chain itself is 3.2 millimeters thick. Tests show that Servostar chains are great for snowy roads, but it's best to avoid deep snowdrifts. Here's another device for super heavy off-road equipment. Blue Tracks got their unusual name because the designers at Airbag decided to paint them blue. They're especially useful in logging operations, where tractors and other heavy machinery need to navigate through thick forests and over fallen trees to reach clearings. You can't just put chains on a Conrad, Volvo, or Liebherr wheeled tractor without help from a professional mechanic. First, you lay the tracks out on the ground and then roll the tires onto them. The tricky part is inserting the last link. To do this, you need to tighten the ends of the tracks with a special tool, but once they're on, Blue Tracks are incredibly effective. A big tractor with these seems to glide over logs, leaving blue marks on the branches. But after all, why did they have to make the tracks blue? But SUVs aren't the only ones that can find themselves in tough spots. Cars with front or rear-wheel drive can also end up off the road and in tricky situations. The problem is, your average passenger car doesn't have any obvious points on the body where you can attach a winch. But Australian engineers have come up with a clever solution to this common problem. They've created a device called Bush Winch, which clips directly onto the wheel. Its inventor, Patrick Verbeek, said that he dreamed of making a system that was simple, reliable, portable, and powerful. So instead of using a typical electric motor, he designed the Bush Winch to harness the power of the car's engine. The device rotates with the wheel hub and uses a cable that's tied to a tree, boulder, or any other stable anchor point. The Bush Winch has been on the market since 2005, and orders are still going strong. It's time to turn your ordinary car into an off-road champ. New Zealand ATV manufacturer Tracks has revealed a new invention. It's a ground anchor that secures into the ground using two thick screws. This anchor is strong enough to pull a small ATV up a hill. The big advantage of this device is that it can be easily disassembled and packed into a sports bag. However, there's a clear drawback. It takes a lot of effort to drive those screws into the ground. Engineers from the USA took a completely different approach to the problem. They designed a solid one-piece construction called PolePal land anchor. The physics behind this triangular anchor is that the more force you apply to it, the deeper it digs into the ground. The test footage is impressive. You can see a heavy GMC truck pulling itself out of thick mud, held in place by an anchor that was simply thrown onto the ground. So, the choice is yours, as they say. Do you prefer a compact product that fits in a bag, or do you want something that's easier to use? Tire pressure makes a big difference in how well your vehicle handles different roads. When tire pressure is high, the tires become more rigid and the contact area with the ground is reduced. This can be helpful on smooth roads to minimize rolling resistance and improve handling. But on soft and uneven surfaces, this rigidity can decrease traction. Now, there's a way to change the pressure in all tires at once. German designers have created a system of hoses and cylinders that mounts onto the car's frame. It sets up in just 5 minutes. To use it, you connect the hoses and set the desired pressure on the gauge. Tests on a 6-wheeled Mercedes Sprinter showed that at 4 bars, the vehicle gets stuck in sand and snow, but at 2 bars, it easily rolls over obstacles. That's pretty impressive. Maybe you don't need tracks after all. Canadians can't really complain about bad roads. Still, they're always up for trying new things to tackle tough terrain. Take, for instance, this smart object recognition system used in off-road races. It can be a big help in handling difficult ground. Powerful sonars scan the area in front of the car, and if there's a rock, swamp, or ravine ahead, they send a signal to the onboard computer. The smart system then adjusts the suspension, transmission, and engine traction accordingly. So all the driver has to do is steer and enjoy feeling like Colin McRae. When your car is helplessly sliding on an icy road, it might seem like the only option is to turn off the engine and call a tow truck. Sure, you could also recline the seats and sleep until spring, but that's not very practical. The quickest solution is to put big grippers on your wheels. These are like classic chains, but easier to use and gentler on your car. You just throw the strap over the wheel and tighten it so that the part with the row of blunt teeth faces outward. With big grippers on, you can press the gas pedal all the way down. The faster the wheel spins, the better it grips the ground and pulls the car out. The manufacturer's website is full of happy customer stories sharing their road adventures. Imagine all the trouble you can avoid just by putting these straps on. No car manufacturer makes a passenger SUV that weighs more than 3,180 kilograms. Even the legendary Hummer H1 without its roof rack and bull bars stays within this limit. This is the lifting capacity of the mechanical jack from Vevor. It's not the most convenient for changing tires, but it's a lifesaver when you need to pull an axle out of the mud. The lifting height can be adjusted from 105 to 1,035 millimeters. The creators say that it's designed for agricultural workers, but with this tool you can head off-road or even to a rally. The jack is made of cast and stamped steel parts, making it reliable and durable. The strong material prevents bending, and the hot-dip galvanized powder coating protects it from rust and wear. It's priced at $82. The Bogout Kit makes getting your vehicle out of the mud a simple everyday task, completely replacing the need for a winch. It's hard to imagine a simpler and more effective tool for rescuing a vehicle in tough conditions. The straps, connected together like a ladder, attached to a tree, boulder, or stakes driven into the ground at one end, while the other end hooks onto the vehicle's wheels. As the tires spin, the straps pull the car out of the mud or sand. The creators proudly show off their invention's success. Heavy Toyota Land Cruisers and Nissan pickup trucks easily escape swamps as if by magic. The price of the kit varies depending on the length of the straps, ranging from $169 to $435. Meet the world's first friction pulley for winches, complete with a patented retention feature. This pulley is a great alternative to traditional heavy-duty pulleys. Designed exclusively for use with synthetic ropes, it works in combination with a soft shackle. When the rope goes slack, special rubber fingers hold it securely in the groove. This prevents damage and premature failure, making the pulley highly reliable. The device guarantees increased pulling power and ensures smooth sliding, thanks to the larger hole radius and the Teflon treatment on its surface. The pulley is compatible with cable diameters ranging from 8 to 12 millimeters. Based on test results, the design is robust enough to support a full-size 4-door pickup truck. Who could need more than that? The device is priced at $115. The Motor Winch Jack is perfect for those who can't lift their motorcycle out of the mud on their own. Whether you're off-road or in the city, that won't be a problem anymore. This compact and lightweight jack weighs only 2.3 kilograms and can easily handle anything from a moped to a chopper. With a working height of 110 centimeters, it provides a comfortable, almost vertical lift. The motor winch can also double as a service jack, helping with tasks like lubricating the chain or checking the brakes. Currently, these devices are mostly used by owners of 300-kilogram motorcycles. The price of the jack is $251.